Mike Trout here. I'm out with my chucks. These are my permaculture chickens, and since I brought them in, there's no bugs or anything. They're amazing. They clean up everything. This is Mick Mick. He likes to follow me around. But my reason here is to talk about my vision for ETC and why it's important and why I need your help to save it. Because ultimately there are interests out there, namely what I call the cartel, which is the Ethereum Foundation and the Fintech interest groups that are moving to the blockchain at a speed of light. And how do I know that? Well, I run basically the second largest Ethereum group on LinkedIn, and I'm getting tons and tons, and over 95% of those people joining are all Fintech people. The word's gone out that basically Fintech is the blockchain, and that blockchain is Ethereum. So something happened to our advantage, and that is someone hacked a cartel and they got $50 million. Well, the cartel doesn't like to lose any money, if you know cartels. So they thought and said, how do we fix this? How do we fix this? And the only solution was to do a rollback known as a hard fork. So what a rollback does basically is it rewinds the clock to before the hack took, and then they go in a different direction. It's kind of like a timeline to say this event never happened, right? So they did that. And the moment they did that, I came out of my hibernation as Foundups because I knew there was an opportunity here. So all of the cartel has moved to Ethereum, leaving this very, very weak organization with no support or anything else, fending for itself. Not only that, the cartel attacked Bittrex, which is one of the I think that is one of the exchanges for ETC. There's actually 4 of them, and they have issued orders to all the other exchanges not to carry ETC. And you can figure out which are a part of the cartels and which aren't, just by simply to see which ones are offering ETC and which are not. So you can know where their interests lie. So for example, Coinbase is part of the cartel. They have said that, and they're one of the biggest ones, and they're part of Wall Street, and they're part of Silicon Valley, and they have basically said, we are not going to cover, and we're going to give you your ETC out, which is great, because I'm giving free fucks for ETC. Well, it's free Fox, but it's free Fox. Our name is Fox, but it's spelled F-U-C, right? And it's the $, so it sounds like Fox, so I like to say Fox. So Fox is basically our token that is going to be on ETC. Now, I want basically to give you tokens for your ETC at a 10-to-1 right now. 10-to-1 tokens will be on the 18th. When we launch, and then basically, or actually it's going to be, I'm sorry, it's going to be the other way around. So we'll do 100-to-1, 100-to-1, 100 of your ETC tokens will exchange, 100 Foundup fuck tokens you will get for 1 ETC token. And then the next day, it's going to be 50. The next day, it's going to be 25. And the final day, right, it's going to be 5. So basically, this is, if you will give us your tokens on the 18th, and that's the kickoff of Foundups crowd sale, right, you're going to get 100-to-1. So basically, you're getting an amazing deal. We will be announcing how many tokens come in, but that's your opportunity. Now, if you don't have ETC and you want to get our tokens, well, you can get our tokens too. And whatever the value is on Bitcoin, you will be able to use Bitcoin or Ethereum to do that too. So why do I feel ETC is important? Well, it's been my intention all along to use Ethereum to launch Foundups. And I've been waiting for an opportunity to do just that. And basically the opportunity here is for us to use ETC, rename it, rebrand it down the road to maintain the core elements of ETC, how it stands right now, the purity, to keep special interest groups out there, out of the blockchain. So you know, there'll be no Merrill Lynch code, there'll be no banking code, there'll be none of this crap in ETC, or what I call the core. So the core is about the purity of the blockchain without the special interest. Now, why is this important? Well, because the blockchain is young, and the reality is the Ethereum blockchain has been corrupted by the 1%. They basically own it. Poor Vitalik, who's only 22 years old, has been rolled out the red carpet by these billionaires. He has been seduced, right? Which is not his fault. It's just a matter. That's what part of their game. He is the young Bill Gates. He's the young, you know, and he has been manipulated to think that this is the way to go. And I have vented with him. I'm done with that. I apologize, Vitalik, if I offended your feelings at all or your ego. I think you're a genius. I think you're an amazing, probably the best engineer out there, and I have the highest respect for you, the utmost respect for you, as a person and as a talented young man. But the reality is, and all you need to do is watch Requiem for the American Dream, and I'll link it here. Watch Requiem for the American Dream. What these fintech companies have done to our world, they have gutted it. They have created all the inequality. They have changed the legislation. They have ruined our politics, and they are perpetuating this in other countries like China and everywhere else. They have destroyed countries like Cambodia for their natural resources, and ultimately they have corrupted Ethereum via the primary branch. The fact that it's split, we have a second chance, like a second coming. So it's very important that we do not let these special interest groups kill ETC, which they're going to try to. So this is why I have launched UndevCon 2, which is the antithesis to the convention, DevCon 2. So it's the antithesis. So number one, we're open to all. It's a global event. If you're interested in talking or learning or want to just play with the idea where the blockchain would affect your schools, how it's going to affect everything, then organize a talk, bring people together. And the first step is just to go to undev.com, undev2.com, and just fill out the form, join. One of my guys will be in touch with you, and we will basically let you know the agenda, which I'll talk about a little bit right now. And ultimately, the event is going to start on the 18th and be nonstop until the 21st. Nonstop. It's going to be happening around the world, and you can, and then on our website, we'll be tying in the live feeds for your event as primary events. So basically, all you need to do first thing is to sign up. I've also on this, on this page here, there's our Trello. You can join our Trello. You can see our team. You can see what, the people we have. We have some very caliber individuals who are part of what we're doing. Some amazing guys that are coming together from the open source and everything else to align themselves with us. And ultimately, we really don't want to, what's the word? Really want to, we're not going to, the events in Shanghai are not going to overlap with the events at the conference. But our live events will be happening around the world at the time of the conference, because most of you aren't going to be at the conference. But at the conference, I will not be doing anything to basically disrupt the conference or anything else. My events will probably start after the conference, which ends at 5, and then we'll start doing, any events. I'll be like emceeing. I'll be meeting with folks who are at the conference to talk to them about the future, and I'll be holding panels basically from the time the conference finishes to about 10 o'clock at night at the Hyatt on the Buns, where I'm staying. So that's it. So I hope this video is informative to you. If you have any questions, the best way to reach me is Skype. I live here in Japan, just 2 hours away from Shanghai, and ultimately I'm pretty much glued to my computers, except for when I bring my little chucks out in the morning. And I look forward to talking to you. Thanks.